Do you see what Whoopi Goldberg said?
What'd she say?
Whoopi Goldberg said,
This Turning Point conference, the were in the front of out there in front of the conference with anti-Semitic slurs.
Every single person that attended that Turning Point, every Republican speak up against these, because against the flags that were waved.
You let them in.
President, open your
You let them in and you knew what they were.
Right.
So you are complicit.
We're talking to some of the best lawyers out there that are experts in this. And as you know, these things can be very complicated. There's a lot of facts and circumstances around it. But we're not going to let this go, because you should not be able to smear 5,000 high school and college kids and then just be able to walk away with.
Joe Rogan didn't just throw a little criticism. He went all in with one of his trademark verbal attacks. While most media figures play it safe and avoid legal trouble, Rogan cut straight through the noise with no hesitation. His target this time? The View, a show that often looks more like a messy group chat than a serious discussion. And this wasn't just sarcasm or playful jabs. This was Rogan at his peak, raw, fired up, and direct enough to make TV executives nervous. His comments weren't just jokes. They were reality check that made The View's comfortable set feel more like a courtroom. But what made things explode even more? Charlie Kirk stepped in. The conservative activist, often criticized by mainstream media, didn't just argue back with tweets or press releases. He went big, filing a lawsuit reportedly worth $100 million. That's not just a legal move. That's a full-scale strike meant to make history. And as the case gained attention, Rogan couldn't resist weighing in. Thankfully, not as a lawyer, but as a voice of the everyday person.
it's an important part. This is right after she was saying, we are run by ABC News. You should trust us, not Joe Rogan, who believes in dragons. So she by saying we should trust them because they're double checked by ABC News, and then making the stupidest statement.
So, Charlie, do you accept the View's apology?
Regardless of whether or not I accept it, the question is, do our students accept it? That's really what's at heart here. They went after our 5,000 students at our event there. But when you go after 16 and 17-year-olds that travel from across the country that then have to live for the rest of their life with a shadow over them because someone at ABC says that they might be linked to neo...
Not as a politician either, but as someone willing to say what millions are already thinking. And his words landed with impact. For years, The View has run the same routine. Throw out accusations, spin stories, stir outrage, and then act surprised when anyone fights back. But Kirk wasn't just defending himself. He came prepared, with lawyers on call and enough resources to take this all the way. This isn't a Twitter feud. This is an angry email. This is a real courtroom battle. And in today's world, where reputations can disappear overnight, Kirk's lawsuit isn't just about money. It's a symbol. His message is clear. If you want to play dirty, be ready to face the consequences. That's why The View's usual tricks, dramatic gasps, moralizing for a few minutes, then cutting to commercials, won't work this time. You can't laugh or advertise your way out of a $100 million lawsuit. While the co-hosts clutched their pearls like they were auditioning for Downton Abbey and insisted they were misunderstood, Rogan laughed at them. He didn't just dismiss their act. He mocked them openly. Watching him react was like watching a heavyweight fight against an untrained challenger. No contest, no subtlety, just dominance. And for millions of people tired of media hypocrisy, it was exactly the takedown they wanted to see. Because here's the truth. The View has shifted from a talk show to a platform for one-sided opinions. It's not about diversity of thought anymore. It's about sticking to the script. Agree and you're elevated. Disagree and you're ridiculed or drowned out. And when they're caught making mistakes, silence follows. Accountability left the stage when Barbara Walters did. That's why Rogan's words hit so hard. He didn't just criticize a host. He called out the entire structure of the show.
It is the show that people love to hate.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
They get so much hate watching and hate watching viral clips of them saying ridiculous things. I mean, it is a rabies infested hen house.
And at the same time, it seemed like the most interesting part was their audience seemed to be on my side.
Yes.
And that's their audience.
Yes. Well, their audience is not really their audience. Their audience is a group of people they bring in to watch television shows.
It's the show people love to hate, and it's true. Most of its viral clips spread because viewers are shocked or laughing at what's said, not because they support it. As Rogan pointed out, even a live audience isn't really their audience. It's often just groups brought in to sit, clap, and react on cue. And when Rogan saw the reaction, he noticed something interesting. Many in the audience seem to agree with him instead of the panel.
Culture shift between right and left authoritarianism, and now people don't recognize that if you just stopped looking at it in terms of red and blue, look at the actions: suppression of free speech, pharmacological interventions that are mandatory, whatever it is. That used to all be associated with the authoritative right, the authoritarian right, and now those things are being embraced by the left. And I just think it's just an ideology thing, and I think we get confused and we think we're on the right side. We're on the right side, and if it's our side that's saying this, for sure that's the right thing to do, and no one's critically thinking about this.
Joe Rogan is the gateway drug for young men that thought they were Democrats to become MAGA. Joe Rogan is the bridge, and on that bridge they'll see RFK, they'll see Elon.
This whole situation exposed how media really works today, where outrage and attention are valued more than truth. And now The View is in trouble, facing a $100 million lawsuit, while the world's biggest podcast that tears into you isn't something you can laugh off. What's worse is their response: silence. No fiery comeback, no bold defense, just shallow conversations and light topics. For a show that thrives on conflict, the sudden quiet was louder than anything they've ever said. It felt like they finally realized some people aren't just talking back, they're ready to fight back for real. And that leads to a bigger question. When did daytime TV become a stage for packaged propaganda instead of open conversation? Behind the laughter and coffee mugs, the show runs on scripted questions, force outrage, and audience told when clap. Kirk recognized the script. Rogan tore it apart. And millions of viewers are waking up to the fact that what they thought was entertainment is really activism, carefully designed to sell outrage. The lawsuit itself is dangerous for The View. A $100 million claim can destroy reputations even before a verdict. No matter how it ends, the process will drag out private emails, recordings, and behind-the-scenes conversations. That's the last thing ABC executives want to see made public. But it's coming, and every detail will fuel Rogan, conservatives, and independent media. This isn't just another lawsuit. It's a major test of how far media accountability can go, and it's only the beginning.
Fans of The View that are like, oh, these ladies are on point. Most of those people can't leave the house. I think the problem with that show has this very specific ideological bubble in which they operate in. You know, and they always bring on a token conservative woman and they yell over her and silence her.
So between ambushing Zelensky and this, why would world leaders continue to come to the White House?
Well, their audience is not really their audience. Their audience is a group of people they bring in to watch television shows. If you've ever seen audiences before for TV shows, a lot of them are paid because they have to guarantee that there's going to be people there. So there's services that you hire.
This is the problem with getting all your information from Laura Loomer and Elon Musk. This is what they're going to deal you.
It's a very strange.
Now, other media figures, especially on the left, are watching closely. The days of throwing out accusations without proof and walking away untouched may be ending. If you say something false or defamatory now, you could be forced into court to back it up. And if you don't, someone like Rogan will be there with millions of listeners ready to amplify the fallout. So, what happens when conservative legal firepower collides with daytime TV arrogance? We're seeing it live. The View's moral superiority is finally meeting a challenge. And this battle isn't just happening in the courtroom. It's happening in the far harsher court of public opinion. Unlike a TV spat that ends with makeup and commercial breaks, this won't fade so quickly. This is a war of values, narratives, and trust between media and the public. Right now, The View, one of the most recognizable shows in America, is cornered. They're not just dodging Kirk's $100 million lawsuit. They're facing a cultural shift that no longer protects them. For years, they built their brand on outrage, privilege, and selective accountability. But this time, someone fired back. And they didn't just fire back with words. They brought lawyers and Rogan's massive platform into fight. The irony is sharp. The same hosts who preach about privilege are now being criticized for hiding their own.